This is pretty neat, Johnny. First off, everyone out there, I'm Nick Himes, a.k.a. Nick Nasty. You guys might know me as, or you may know me as Nicholas Dean Himes, my government name. But I'm here with Johnny Lee. How you been, man? How's things going your way? You've been putting out some bangers of shows lately, too. You've been busy in here kicking ass and taking names.
Heck yeah, I have.
Well, we got a ton of stuff to talk about, really. I'll start it off with we meaning me, on the Nice Guy Andy Network, has a ton of new shows coming out starting Sunday. Every Sunday for the rest of the year, which is only 8 weeks, which is crazy. 2024 has fucking flew by, but for the next 8 solid weeks in 2024, Sundays, you will see, first off, you'll see what you're seeing right now, which is Live with Nick Nasty. I'm going to do an hour Live with Nick Nasty segment where we're highlighting artists from Lexington and the surrounding counties, central Kentucky, around Kentucky. And we're highlighting all them artists of all genres. We're going from metal to hip-hop to hick-hop, whatever the fuck you guys play. If it's good and you guys are doing it here in Kentucky, we're going to promote you guys. And we're booking on a really cool show that we're going to put together towards the end of the year and the beginning of 2025 to help get a lot of these people in the area maybe network together, maybe get some fans and some ears on, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then we're bringing a show that's been out in the podcast land forever. It's called Eat, Sleep, Breathe Metal. That's with Eric Leviathan.
Hell yeah.
If you guys know him, he's a crazy SOB, but he has his whole arm down into the metal scene, and he tries his hardest to promote and be good to artists from around the whole entire world. And that show's going to highlight that. It's going to have a bunch of bands. It's going to have metal bands from around the world. And you know, though, when it's on the Nice Guy Andy Network, there's got to be some wrestling going on. So to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny Lee, ECW is the metal of wrestling.
It is. It really is, because back then they were doing things that none of the mainstream companies wanted to do. They were letting it be known. And that's basically this man copied their style, so that makes them even more metal, because this man had a copy on.
Dude, when I first noticed ECW, I was up in my room at my grandparents' house. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was watching infomercials, and all of a sudden it was ECW. And I'd watched wrestling my whole life, but it was so different. And the little clips were so violent and so crazy.
Yes. One cannot forget New Jack. New Jack kept it real.
Yeah, man. We might actually see New Jack on the... so what I was saying, though, on Breathe, Sleep, Eat Metal, we are doing a watch-along, which is going to be one old-school extreme match where Eric, who's never really watched wrestling, gets to see it for the first time. Yep. And him being so deep in metal, I want to see his reaction to it. And then all the fans out there and ourselves get to relive a whole bunch of old classics that maybe we didn't see. I'm going to try to dig deep and find some real violent and real obscure ECW matches that you don't see on all the best of DVDs, you know.
You don't. Because WWE tries to hide them all.
Yeah, because they're violent. They're crazy. And then on Monday nights, dude, it is back and it's alive. And it's actually coming here tonight on Thursday night. And then it's going to be every Monday. Pinfalls and Power Chords with myself and Michael Lynn Watkins, where we also listen to some metal, we judge it, we have a battle of the bands, we discuss Raw, we discuss SmackDown, AEW, everything wrestling. And starting this Monday, we're also going to be doing a Raw watch-along.
Hell yeah.
Raw moved to 2 hours, and I tell you what, when I watched it this last week, I don't want to talk about it too much because we're going to be talking about it on the show later, but it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, it just being 2 hours.
Yeah,
it was one of the few times where I was like, oh man, I wish it was a little bit longer.
Hey, the other fans wouldn't agree with you. They'd be like, we don't need no third hour.
Yeah.
but the thing is, they start bitching about being 2 hours.
Yeah. You can't make them all happy.
Yeah, you can't, because IWC, they just don't know what the hell they want.
So I've been doing shows for the last year after Hyde The Riot broke up and wasn't a band any longer. I've been doing shows for about a year. It's been about a year since that happened.
Yeah.
And I get the question probably once or twice a week from someone that I haven't talked to, what happened? What happened to Hyde The Riot? Why aren't you guys a band? You guys were so badass. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And really, we only know what happened. You know, the members of the band's kind of the only ones that really know why we broke up or why. And it's nothing like, you know, it's nothing tongue dropping or anything like that. But I kind of just wanted to go. I thought it would be fun to do a show that goes from the rise and the fall of Hyde the Riot, where it all started and where it ended. And we'll just kind of discuss that, and that's what we're going to do today. I guess real quick, before we get started, we're going to listen to a whole bunch of Hyde the Riot, and we're going to listen to the album that they put out, the EP that we released on Skullface Records, a couple live things. And we're going to listen to, right now, we're going to take it to Bloodshot Rehab by Hyde the Riot. And you guys are watching Live with Nick Nasty on the Nice Guy Indie Network. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Another good song.
Yeah, this for people that don't know, Hyde the Riot at this point when it started, when they were in the studio, was on guitar was John O'Hare. Drums in the studio was already David Charez, which wasn't the original drummer, which we'll hit on that earlier. Yeah. And then the bass, the lyrics, and the songwriter for this song was David Wright.
And there was another David as well.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, people don't even realize two Davids in one band.
Yeah.
One was the one that you hear right now singing.
Yep. And then the drummer.
Yep. And we've had both of them on the show before.
Yeah, we Hyde the Riot was on the show last year, September 7th.
James said, where's the rest of the band?
James who?
James Weber.
Oh, I don't know. I tried to hit them up, and they couldn't make it. David Wright, I believe, is working out of town. David Charez just texted me and asked me for the link so he could watch along with it. And I think John's still working. I'm actually probably going to see John later on tonight.
Heck yeah. And that's what you're listening to right now is Bloodshot Rehab on the last album that they ever made.
Oh, there we are. David Charez said he's watching right now.
There he is. I actually still got the album too.
That's a good album.
I bought it at the Skull.
Dude, it was solid. And if you guys don't see, he's wearing his Hyde the Riot shirt, which there was several different Hyde the Riot shirts, and we'll hit on all that kind of stuff too.
That's right. These shirts are comfortable.
They are comfortable. I think I personally made that one.
Hell yeah. I bought this one as soon as I saw it. That was at Skullfest 4 last, 2020.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one too at Neon Nights. That was probably one of the coolest shows I've ever been a part of.
Exactly. That's when you had every band known to man at Skullfest doing their thing. And then it took me and Andy surprise when we saw Hyde the Riot was no more, because we just bought the album, we just bought the shirt.
Yeah.
And that was at the beginning of 2024,
and it was over.
I kept on hearing Hyde the Riot's no more because I saw for David Wright to say something about it.
Yep.
I'm like, oh God. That was a great band.
Yeah, it took all the fans by surprise. I think us as a band kind of figured that it was happening when it happened. But it took a lot of people by surprise because we built a lot of steam. We built a lot of things. We did all the things we were supposed to do.
Exactly.
And this is the song. We can lower the song. We'll get into it. So, oh,
someone's calling in.
I think that's my other phone. Hang on a second.
Oh.
That's a secret phone. That was Michael Lynn Watkins calling in on the secret phone really quick. Yep. He's going to be in here earlier. So a lot of people, first off, the length of Hyde the Riot. A lot of people want to know how old was Hyde the Riot and how long were they around. And Hyde the Riot as a band together in any form was 18 months.
18 months. Wow.
Was 18 months. It was a year and a half journey. It was a year and a half journey. It started in May 2022. That's when David Wright, who created the band, made his Facebook post. It was like, "Hey guys, we got a new project." I know him and Jonathan had previously been in a project called the Vinyl Lines.
Yeah.
Which you can find some of their music. And it was a lot more chill, a little bit more chill than the Hyde the Riot. The Hyde the Riot vibe was a little bit heavier, a little bit more progressive. And then their drummer at that time was a guy called Danny Kelly.
Danny Kelly.
He was a good guy, too. He's in a band, I think, called Deep Mud.
Hey, that's actually a pretty good name for a band.
Deep Mud, I think was the band. And he was the original drummer. And their first show was actually, I think it was... April 20. No, yeah, April, May. No, it was May 21st at the Fish Tank. The first one was May 21st at the Fish Tank, and that's where it all started. And that was where they were a 3-piece band, and they were rocking and rolling, man. Then they, after that, they went up north to Ohio to Frankenstein's, which is awesome. When you say Frankenstein's, you think of the monster.
Yeah.
This is a hot dog and a beer.
Well, normally
Frankenstein's.
Normally people think that Frankenstein's monsters.
Yeah.
Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You're like, the Frankenstein's monster is called the Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, so it's a super clever name, Frankenstein's. And later on, I got to play up there with these guys. And then beyond that, they played, the first time I got to book them as a band was at a bar where we met. Legends down in Lexington, Kentucky.
Hell yeah.
This was July 2nd when we did this Legends show. And a funny thing about this show is I had a lineup of like 12 people, and there was a guy named Wes Whitehead.
Yeah.
Okay. Wes Whitehead had reached out to me and wanted to be booked and was like, hey, put me on this, or can you book me here? Can you book me there? And I try to book him, and I finally get him on the show. He calls me a couple of days before it and says that Jesus Christ himself told him that he should not do a Skullface record show.
Oh, my God.
So I thought it was...
After all that pestering.
I thought that was funny. I was going to highlight that. That was the first person that said that Jesus Christ himself had spoke to him and told him that he shouldn't do a Skullface show.
Apparently, he saw the devil in the Skullface name.
He seen some shit, man. And then after that, they had this would have been their 4th show with Danny Kelly, and that was August 27th, and that was Rod Run also at Legends.
Nice.
And that was an amazing day. That was a day that me and David Wright really just worked our asses off all day. We brought in so much talent, and he had another band called the Canoosins. I'm saying that I always say
oh my
it
God,
wrong.
the Canoosins.
You know them?
We heard the name Canoos last night.
Did you really?
Yes. Our comedian here was talking about it. Canoosins when you getting your balls cupped and your finger in the ass.
Yeah, and he was in that band, and so he had double trouble. He played for them, and he played for that. And it was a lot of fun. I got up on stage, and I think I sang with the Canoosins, which was a lot of fun. But that would have been the last gig with Danny Kelly.
Yeah.
The talk behind closed doors was that David Wright had found like another drummer that he kind of clicked with, and I guess Danny kind of had some other things going on.
Yeah.
And he brought in this new guy that I'd never known. His name, he's tuned in right now, Mr. David Charez, and I say his name probably wrong.
Great
too.
guy.
I pronounce it. Yeah, he's a phenomenal drummer too, and a great fella. And their first show together as that band came October 17th at Hair the Doghouse up in Richmond.
Nice.
Which we, that band had several shows up there at Hair the Doghouse. I think besides Neon Nights, once we started playing at Neon Nights in Nicholasville, that was the most played place by the band Hyde The Riot. And then as that 3-piece, they started rocking and rolling, man. They took it to the studio in October as well. Right around Halloween 2022, they went to Red House Recordings. The things we're listening to tonight on here, they did a lot of those recordings. Then maybe did half of them. Then they did another studio session later on. December, they took it to Louisville, started playing at 21 in Germantown. And December 10th, they played down in Lexington at the Brick Oven Pizza. Have you ever ate at the Brick Oven Pizza?
Oh, not yet.
It's delicious.
I gotta try it.
It's just fucking delicious. And then one of the coolest shows, not trying to rush it on down, but we're going to December 14th of 22. We played this place called the Oops Smoke Shop in Lexington, Kentucky.
Hell yeah.
Dude, it was neat as fuck. We went in this place, and I don't think they were ready for a huge rock and roll show, but we brought in, like, Ryan the Lion. We brought in Stoner Creek Shakedown. I think DJ Extends was still playing for Skullface then. He played, and then Hyde The Riot rocked the stage. And it was a smoke shop. So they had like the bongs and the pipes and everything was glass and everything wasn't made for a rock show, but being Christmas, we made and it was a hell of a show. We got a lot of cool footage out of that. And that was one of the funner things. At that time, when it was that 3-piece band, I'd started booking a whole lot of their shows, and they were great. The reception to everybody was like, this is a solid band. And I know David had been looking for a band for a while to kind of, to go out with and to get on the road and playing some music with. And I think around this time they'd figure out that they had a really good, strong thing going on with themselves.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool stuff. So after that New Year's show at the Oops Smoke Shop, they didn't have any more shows at that year, but starting in 2023, we all got together at my studio that was in Cynthiana, and we kind of had a New Year's party, and we had put together and got footage, and we had shot the first music video for them, which was Truth.
Nice.
And that ended up being a hit. So we're going into 2023. We're listening to Truth. And 2023 ends up being a crazy ass year. And let's pull up Truth if we can.
That's right. We got it right here. Well, let's
there it is. The music video right there.
There it is.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to Truth real quick, and then we'll.
This
get back
is
to
Truth,
it.
guys. What he was just talking about. Mine and Andy's personal favorite.
There's the Oops Smoke Shop.
Hell
that's
yeah!
Footage from there right there.
Nice.
And then look, there's James right there in the background hiding.
Yep.
You can catch James Weber hiding in a lot of these videos.
Yes, you can.
Look how crazy! See all the bongs and stuff on the back of the road.
Yep. James said, "I'm halfway watching. Got other crap I'm doing."
That's cool. You can halfway kiss my ass while you're listening.
And then you got Truth right now playing. This is mine and Andy's personal favorite. That's David Suarez right there on the drum.
Oh, he's a badass, dude. He's like a robot when it comes to it.
That's true. He's focused on the drums rather than anything else right now. You can see him looking down at the drums to make sure he's getting all the points in. This is our personal favorite because this is the first song that me and Andy start listening to.
It's so catchy too, man. From the opening bass line to the way the guitar's going, the funky beat, this solo. There's Ryan the Lion over there just being Ryan the Lion.
Yep, there's James. Again. Inside his Dr. Weber.
That was my idea too. I was like, hey guys, what if we put on some Mexican masks for no reason? And they went along with it. They probably were like, who gives a shit? But,
David wore the Rey Mysterio mask.
Yeah.
There's a mask on David Suarez.
Yeah.
And he's still drumming and focused on the drums.
And this song kicked ass, man. It did really well on my YouTube. It still does really well. It's got well over 2,000 or 3,000 views.
David Wright's tuning in.
Hey, David.
And this deserves all the praise.
Yeah, man.
This is our personal favorite.
From Hair of the Doghouse. That's what I tried to do. I tried to find footage from all their different live shows and then kind of clam it together, then fill it up with this studio footage that we got. We came in and shot in this little room for about an hour and a half. It was just all sweaty and musically. And like I said, we had a couple of special guests. We had Ryan the Lion and James Weber in it. Which James Weber, they got this haunted house going on in Cynthiana, Kentucky. You guys need to go check out at the old bowling alley.
That's right. And David Suarez says he loved making this fun and making this video.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun, man. Every time I got David in the studio down there, it was a long drive because he was from Nicholasville.
Yeah.
So Nicholasville to Cynthiana ain't no fucking small journey. But when we got him down there, we had a good fucking time.
Hell yeah. And you can see that he's focused on the drums as well. As he's drumming, his eyes are focused.
He's at a huge fucking venue right there, though.
Hell yeah, it does. And then you got David Wright doing his thing on the guitar.
Yeah, he's probably the best bass player in Central Kentucky. Yeah. It would be hard to get somebody to get up and show me somebody any better.
Exactly. That was Truth.
Yeah.
Hyde The Riot. Definitely mine and Andy's personal favorite of the band.
So far with the Rise and Fall, we have made it to New Year's, where we just released the Truth video, and now the next few gigs coming up. If I'm going to make sure and I took tons of notes. I went through all of our old Facebook pages and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to make sure that I didn't leave out too much. The next few shows, though, they had January 7th, Hair of the Doghouse was the first show going into 2023. And then February 4th was Skullfest 3.
Nice.
That was in Lawrenceburg. What was the wrestling company that was out of Lawrenceburg?
New South Wrestling.
New South. So after New South, on a side story, around New South, I started having weird stuff happening. I had a couple fans, I suppose, get mad and then start hating on me. And starting at that event, I had a fella from Superfly, the singer, hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you do the social media and stuff for that wrestling company?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, he asked me like a couple like drill questions, and he was like, "Oh, well, it must have not have been you." And he said somebody had hit on his girlfriend from that wrestling company's like Facebook and was trying to like bang his old lady, and they thought it was me at first. And I was like, "You motherfuckers, like, I'm not trying to bang anybody's girlfriends." Exactly. And that's an ongoing thing for like the next fucking like year of my whole fucking life, man. I have things happen that I feel like where do I fucking live?
The only ones I know that run that account is Anthony Presley. And Aaron Rose, I doubt Anthony Presley trying to hit on people.
Semper Vivi's girlfriend, whoever it was. I didn't know exactly who it was.
Semper's like, that motherfucker try to get some of my girls.
Presley would put a headlock on a motherfucker.
He would.
But dude, the Hyde The Riot headlined that show. It was a fun show. We were steady. We didn't have a huge crowd, but it was a steady crowd kind of throughout the whole night. And then going into the next few shows, something different happened. We had a couple conversations from behind the scenes, and David asked me if I knew of a band called Superfuzz. And Superfuzz had a song called "I'm the King," and they were like, "Dude, just from your vocals and from what we've noticed, it sounds like you would be fucking great at singing this. How would you like to sing that with the band?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm at all the goddamn shows anyway. It'd be fun to get up there and fucking scream a little bit. Plus, if you've heard that song, which we'll hear a live version of it here in a little bit later. If you heard it, it's a great song. It's a lot of fun. So coming up on the next few shows, their shows were March 18th, March 23rd, March 25th, and then April 8th. The March 18th was at Al's Bar in Lexington, and that was actually the first time that I got up on stage with them and played He's Got a King. Did you lose something?
The controller. It vanished on me. There it is.
Here's another one over here.
Oh, this is the one.
There's like 5 of them over here.
Yeah, this one vanished on me though.
Yeah, if you want to look up Hyde The Riot, there it is. I Am the King. The one Hi, I'm the King Superfuzz cover. Over right one there. Yeah, right there. So don't push it yet, though. So, like I said, March 18th, it was the first time I got up on stage and kind of jammed with them and got to play, and it was a whole lot of fun. It kind of went well, and then that's how they ended the shows every time. So on all these shows going up until April 8th at the Mag Bar, which the Mag Bar, it was the first time I went in there, and that was awesome. They played with Joe Grunge, Blue Astro Van out of Cincinnati. That was their first show. Mr. Joe Hodge is the first. I've known Joe Hodge for like 2 or 3 years, and he'd finally got him a cool little band together, and they got to play, and I got to get up on stage, like I said, with Hyde and sing the last song. It was badass. Go ahead and press play. We'll listen to Hyde The Riot, I Am a King. Like I said, this was the first time that I sang it, so it's kind of rough.
Hey, that's okay. Sometimes it starts out rough like that.
I wanted to kick myself in the ass several times. I practiced this. I did, though. I practiced the fuck out of this song. But then when it was time to play, I would get the fucking lyrics mixed up. I'm dyslexic as fuck. And something when my adrenaline's going and stuff, and I think too hard about something, I'll do it backwards.
And he's dyslexic too.
Is he?
Yep.
I'll just do it backwards.
Hey, that's okay.
So I'd always do the fuck, but nobody fucking knew.
Fuck back. This is Al's Bar, right?
Yeah.
My dad used to whoop people's asses inside his bar for years. And they even made a bet that nobody could whoop my dad's ass. One night, the bartender's like, "I bet you $50 that you can't whoop Big Lee's ass. Why don't you stay here at the bar? I'll lock up. We'll go out to the back. You and Big Lee go down. We'll see if he wins."
So that's where you get being a badass from your daddy.
Yep, because Dad knocked the guy's eyes outside.
They're badass, dude. David and them were so tight.
Yeah, they are.
They made it easy to play in front of. I'll tell you that.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we can turn that down now.
Yep.
So now going into, we are at, I think, the Manchester show. I think that's where we're at. So we are at the Manchester show, and the Manchester show was April 22nd. Actually, I'm skipping. April 15th, we'd had a talk behind, like, I think it was Rose's Bar, the Rose's Bar venue, when we were just having a good time, sitting back, drinking, listening to what was going on. And I think John had mentioned something like, why don't you just sing with us? Like, why don't you just be a part of it? And I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, well, maybe let's, I mean, not, I don't know. I never really, thought about it. And then I mentioned it to David, the drummer.
Yeah.
And he kind of was like, yeah, man, that'd be fucking badass. And then I think I wrote David Wright and talked to him. And he was like, well, I got to talk to the guys. And in my head, I'm like, well, I think it's cool then. If you got to talk to the guys and you're down, in my head, it's going to fucking work out. And we just started kind of transforming some of these recordings. The thing is, they had just did a recording and went to do the ones that we'll be listening to. So we had to kind of transform some of those with me in it too, and I had more of like a scream. I still did the did a little bit of rapping, but I did a whole lot of screaming too. And
exactly,
I added a lot of to the tunes, and we kind of we mixed those a little bit, and then we wrote some new ones. I had some. We kind of mixed those up. And April 15th on Facebook. It's Facebook official. David writes on the page and says that we've all been, that I'm on board or whatever, and I'm part of the band. So then we go up, and it's April 22nd, and we're at Manchester fucking Music Hall. We're playing a cancer benefit.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. And I had a cool guy that I rented a building from where my studio was. That he worked at Chewy's. He fucking catered it. He brought us all kinds of cool food for backstage. And halfway through the set, they played like 3 songs, and halfway through, they called me up and announced that I'm the new member of the band, and I finished the set with them. And talk about a cool fucking place to make your appearance.
Exactly.
We had a rowdy crowd. It was fucking fun. It was probably one of the coolest experiences that I've had in my life. The wrestling and all the good stuff that I've done. That was one of the coolest experiences, to get up there and be able to rock and roll for the first time and be announced there. And our songs were so tight too. I was always proud to play the music that was going on, because the music was so strong. But now, starting with me, dude, we did Manchester. We had another gig the very next day in the fucking Code. We were outside at Black Swan Inc., where we did a fucking show for Canucents was a part of that too. I think they played as well. That one. We did a benefit for some fucking dogs and shit. And then shit from then on, it was go time, dude. We had 24 shows. I was in the band of the 18 months. I was in the band 7 months.
Nice.
Okay? 7 months is what I was in the band, and we had 24 shows in 7 months.
Hell yeah.
24 fucking shows in 7 months, dude.
That's powerful.
So we went from, like I said, Black Swan Inc., and then we made our debut at Neon Nights. David Shawrez had been saying we'd be at practice, we'd be chilling in between, practicing or whatever. We go outside and share a smoke or whatever. And he was like, man, I keep telling this lady, Nikki, at the bar at Neon Nights that we got a little band, and that, that you can book acts and all that kind of stuff. You just need to, we just need to make contact. And we never did, but then we did. And when we did, dude, it was a match made in heaven. It was a whole lot of fun. So our first night up at Neon Nights was April 28th. Rocked the fucking place. Then we went 5-5 to Hair of the Doghouse. That Hair of the Doghouse was kind of weird. That was the Hair of the Doghouse show where the owner of the place had a buddy's band playing across town, and like he left and went and watched some other band. And like we're sitting there like, but we still did our set, and it was like a glorified rehearsal.
Yeah.
At that point, but we were cool with it. And then 5/20, this was a memorable day. We went up to Portsmouth to the Frankensteins that I was talking about. And I got a Frankenstein tattoo, and that's on their screen door when you go into the place. So I felt like I was right at home when I got there. At this show, man, I was telling people we were intense when we was playing. We was full throttle. And there was a period in one of these songs where I seen white and I was gone and I had no clue I don't know what happened. I thought in my mind that I'd passed out. Everything had went white. I came back and I was just there and I went right back into the song and nobody seemed to fucking notice.
Oh, damn.
Well, it freaked me out, and I was telling my wife about it and stuff afterwards, and we film everything, so I went back to watch it, and when you'd watch it, it didn't look like nothing happened. But like I said, in my head, I was gone. Like I said, I was a white light, and I was fucking gone. I didn't know where I was at or nothing, and I felt like it was for 2 or 3 minutes, and I thought I was going to fall down. But nothing was going on when I seen it. And I mentioned it to Dave Wright, and he was like, yeah, man, that's happened to me before. And I was like, that's a thing? Like, that's a thing that happens? That's a lot of fun, man.
That is a lot of fun.
Yeah, David Shars put the original Superfuzz song up to you guys can listen to, too, man.
Yeah.
Both versions are great. I think our version was great. We did several versions. You can find several versions of ours live. But then beyond the Frankenstein show, did a couple shows down in Portland and Germantown. That's where we met the boys in Slow Keel and all those fellas, man, which was they've been lifelong friends of mine. They'll be lifelong friends of mine. 623, I mean, we went back to Neon Nights, and that very next night we went to Mag Bar, and that was the first time I got to play a full set with the guys at Mag Bar. Can't say enough cool stuff, man. It's a badass place. The one that's up there, that's actually Mag Bar. That was their gig before I was in the band, the one before.
That one right there?
Mm-hmm. After that, we ventured all the way up to Indiana, man, almost Indianapolis. Problem with Polly. They're a band out of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And they have a really cool, it's called the 31 Bar, I think it was called. And they had the bar, the outside stage. Nothing against the bar, ain't trying to hate, but the stage area was nicer than the actual bar. The stage area was immaculate, dude. It was like a musician's dream.
Nice.
But you walked in the bar, it smelled like dog shit.
Oh, shit.
Like, it smelled like dog shit. Like, it was some stinky, grimy, wet, whore in the back type bar.
Which means they probably had some dogs in there. They took some wet shit.
They might have had some dogs in there on some wet shits. Then beyond that, where we're at? We're in July of 2023. We're back at Neon. Like I said, we played Neon so many damn times. Then we did July 29th was a cool day. We actually did a back-to-back 2 shows in one day. We did this twice. One time we went from Louisville and played Portland, and then went to Neon Nights. And then on this particular night, we did Bike Fest in Cynthiana, Kentucky, which was hotter than fucking snot shit, dude. It was so hot. We were on top of a trailer. We had rags of wash rags iced up in a cooler to put on our necks and shit. Because, dude, it was fucking roasted. We were in the top of the heat, and we still were trying to be as intense and as badass as we can. And we're lucky we didn't have heat stroke that day. And then right after, we literally went and changed clothes and played a show at Neon Nights.
That's right.
That's how we did it. August 4th, we played Girls Burrito. Which is a pretty cool, man. They have good food and shit and all that kind of stuff. One thing that disappointed me about that place is it seemed like there really wasn't a crowd for bands there. It's like the first band would be there and their family would be there, and when they're done they'd leave, and then the next band, and they leave. And
man.
I think when it was time for Hyde the Riot, we were playing basically just to our homies, you know. But we could still have fun, a glorified a rehearsal. I know the next time after that we got there, though, we actually had a lot of fun because I think it was David Wright's son Sam's birthday or something special. I think it might have been his birthday-ish. And he got on stage and played with us and played a song with us and stuff. And
nice.
That was always exciting, man. It was cool incorporating kids and all that kind of stuff into the shows. That's always
that is always good.
That's always a blast. How much time are we on right now? We're doing pretty good.
6:51. Yeah,
we're doing pretty good, man. We're kind of running through it. Then August 19th, we played Louisville again, Germantown. It was a disappointment because of little things, man. One thing that we dealt with as a band was bad promoting by other promoters in the area. The Louisville and Lexington and Cincinnati area has some dudes that want you to pay to play. and they want you to sell this many tickets or you don't get to do it because they can't pull a crowd themselves. So they're like, oh, the way I'm going to make money is I'm going to make the bands pay for it. And that's kind of what we ran into with that Germantown at that show. We went and still jammed and stuff and rocked out, but it was just the whole vibe was kind of wrong. And mind you, on back page of all this stuff, I'm being harassed by this dude. I can't even remember his name. He's some grimy fucking nobody. And I'm being completely harassed crazily by this dude and his family, okay? And because August 16th, we have a show up at Neon, and it's Semper Vivi again. It's Variations of May, their second show with us, Civility and Hyde the Riot. And the guy that's harassing me, his brother shows up, and I lose my fucking shit on him. Like, I lose my shit. I try to beat him up outside, and then they come back in, and I'm still mad, and I'm still kind of venting, and I vent during the show, and I said some things I shouldn't. And that was maybe the first tipping point where some people in the band were like, oh, Nick's a little crazy. Like, Nick's got a little bit of a temper. And I'm the first one to let you know, yeah, I do. And I'm the
same here.
And I don't care. Like, I don't care about anybody's feelings. I don't care about anybody's opinions. I don't care about my character. I don't care about my reputation. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it because I'm nice enough. So I feel like if I have something bad to say, it's because I got a reason to, and I'm going to.
Exactly.
Because I say plenty of nice shit most time, but I lost my shit that time, and I apologize to the band because I feel like those people were victimized just because of who they were friends with, because their brother was such, like, got under my skin so bad that I let it affect me wanting to beat up people associated with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't do that. And I get that. But it happens, and I'd probably do it again.
And he was basically being a stalker just because.
More than that, it got worse. It still happens now. Like, you can look up like Nick Himes, and you'll see a picture of this dude up there being like, Nick Himes fucking sucks, and his songs suck, and I'm the fucking most creative dude ever.
And the worst thing,
Nick Himes stupid.
The worst thing is that me and Sean knew this guy before he started turning on you. Okay. Yeah.
I thought he was a fan. I think he came to KPW and shit all the time. Like, he sent me music, and I didn't even say no to it. Like, I won't hit somebody up and be like, hey, your shit sucks, and I'm not going to play it. I just won't do it. I'll just be like, no, I'm not about that right now. I'm not doing it. And because I didn't do that, like, shit just fucking hit the fan.
Because he was spending all that time praising you, and then next thing you know, I'm seeing him.
He was my best fucking friend, yeah. The son of a bitch. Like I said, I didn't do anything to him, and all these other people was like, oh, Nick, I guess you probably. And I'm like, nah, I didn't do nothing, man. If I did, I would tell you. Like, I'm one of them dudes, if I do something wrong, I'm not trying to hide it. I don't give a fuck. Like I'll tell you I did it.
Like, he literally whipped the switch one day and just started targeting you.
Yeah, he did. He just got mad. But cool thing, though, in between me losing my shit there and the next show was Skull Fest fucking 4.
That's right, the show that me and Andy went to.
Skull Fest 4 was so much fucking fun. It was like it was just meant to happen the way that it did. It started off kind of weird. I had a dude that I kind of had rubbed me the wrong way a couple of times by not having his shit together and not being prepared at the right time. And he was supposed to start the show off, and he was already late, and I had set up all of his stuff, so when he got there, he was ready, and I had him ready, and like I said, he was the first one of like 14 acts. Yeah. You know, and everybody has a time and has to start and stop at the same time. And I had him ready, and I looked over, and I said, hey, man, I need you to hit the stage. He was like, I just ordered a hamburger. I'm going to sit here and eat my hamburger.
What the hell?
I said, well, you can eat your hamburger, but you're not going to fucking play, so I'm going to skip. So take his shit off stage, and let's go to the next one. And he kind of looked at me stupid and was like, huh. And I was like, I don't give a, like I just gave him the I don't give a fuck and went on about my business. And he left, and I ain't heard from him. I think he talks shit about me behind my back now, too. Yep. Nick fucking want me to be on time and do what I'm supposed to and want me to be there when I want to eat my
goddamn hamburger, Nick.
God damn it. I paid good money for a hamburger. I don't care if I was late or not.
Fuck that shit. I was going to eat that hamburger first.
He should have just ate the hamburger as a set. He should have got it there, plugged it up, be like, hey guys, for song 1, I'm going to eat my hamburger. And then for song 2, I'm going to drink my Coke. And then I'll start playing some fucking music.
Yeah, for song 3, and then I'll get to the real good stuff. But you're going to have to put with this burger and this Coke right now.
But Skullfest 4 was one of the funnest evenings of my entire life. When you do what I do, it's a lot of fucking work, man. Setting up, booking, trying to make sure the sound's working right and the sound's going good and everything's fucking working for everybody. And I was in a band that was getting popular, that was headlining this motherfucker. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were fucking kicking ass and taking names at this fucking thing, dude.
And not to mention that booking is a thankless job because you're booking all these guys and you got to make sure that they're going to be there.
That they're on time, they're not eating their hamburgers, you know what I'm saying?
And the fact that the guy just like... And he told me fuck me.
It makes you be an ass. It makes you look like an asshole to your friends when you don't want to. It makes your friend and it lets you know who your friends are because your friends will go out of their way to make everything smoother for you.
Yep.
Like some of my performers would be there and be like, "Hey, look, I'm hooking everything up. I got my own stuff. I'm doing this, this, and this. You ain't got to do nothing but plug this in. Thank you." You know, You're like, but everybody don't have to be like that. Some people don't know how to do that shit. So that's the reason I will be there to fucking help people do that.
Yep.
But musicians, man, they're just touchy. Some people are sensitive. Some people are assholes. A lot of people, you know, try to have a certain persona out in front of people, but then when they shut that door, they're assholes. They're different people. They're fucking bigots. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's all people, man. You can't never know. But like 9, 16, 23, Skullfest 4 will go down as one of the best days of my whole life, man.
Yes, it will.
September 2nd, 2023, the demos released. There's 50 copies, and we sell out.
And what's funny is that, man,
you got one,
the first ones before that, Skullfest 4.
Yeah, man. They sold out. I ended up making about 10 more copies after that with a different, the actual CD looked different.
Yep.
But yeah, those, I think 60 or 70 total was out and all of them were sold out, man. By that time, when we were going into August and September, dude, we had everything going. We had the website, we had shirts, we had merch, we had the CDs, we had the set. You know, we had the stage presence, we had the gigs, we had the reputation. We had everything going for us. August, September, going into towards the end of 2023.
Oh yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, and then we went back to Neon Nights, October 14th. It was a huge show. Then we went up to Louisville at a really cool venue that I think nice guy Andy went to see some comedy called Never Let Die.
Yep, he did. What
a cool venue. If you haven't been there, you need to go check this out. The first floor when you go out is nice enough. It's cool as it gets, as it is. But then you go upstairs and you can see everything from the second floor perspective, which is all balcony, so you can see down on it all. Which is totally just badass. There wasn't a ton of people there that night, but it was such a fun venue, and it was on a cool strip. It was in a great area. And then after that, we had the Halloween party, which was Slow Kill and Hyde The Riot, and it was incredible too. It was probably more rowdy than the Skullfest show. If you guys ever seen one of our shows when I was the head of the band, when I was singing, make some fucking noise. That was my fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And some of the bandmates was even like, try not to say it so much in between every song, but I just like getting the crowd going.
Yeah.
But dude, when I said make some fucking noise at the Halloween party, brother, man. It was thumping, dude. There was sweat on the walls. It was badass, dude. It was one of the best crowds that I'd ever had in my entire fucking life.
Hell yeah.
So, basically, November 3rd, we played Hair the Doghouse one more time. It was with a national act called the Moving Targets, which is a national act out of Europe that still plays everywhere. It's got thousands and thousands of followers. Really, awesome. Really cool band. We played with Voice of Reason, which also broke up.
Oh man.
Okay, and then it was us. So it was two bands that ended up breaking up before the end of the year, and that and November 3rd, and it was cool, man. That show afterwards, we all shared drinks. We had a good band picture, I think, at a table. It was business as usual when it came to us. It felt like, everything was cool, but that was the last show. November 3rd, here the Doghouse with Moving Targets was the last show that I did with them. There was another show booked after that. It was a Battle of the Bands, November 17th.
Yeah.
Okay, but the morning of November 17th, shit hit the fan in my life. And I had some personal problems that just fucking went well beyond what any friends or anything should really have to deal with when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it kind of interfered with them going up there and being a part of the thing, and they still went up there. So it was fitting. That was their last show. So it's fitting that it was a 3-piece when the band started, and the last show was also a 3-piece. But, 36 shows total for Hyde The Riot, 18 months. For myself, 0 regrets. I don't regret anything or any part of it. Or dude, it's 2023 will forever be the year of Hyde The Riot to me, and it was a ton of fucking fun.
Hell yeah!
And the things that happened, the places we played, the memories we made is going to be stuff that I hope to hold on to as long as I possibly can. It's a lifetime of memories. The other guys were amazing to play with. Like I said, the original drummer, Danny Kelly, I never got to play any tunes with him, but with Danny Charez or David Charez and John O'Hare and David Wright, man, you couldn't ask for a better group of dudes to be a part of a band with. November 30th, the post was made on YouTube.
Yep.
The bands broke up, and it's officially the book is closed. Will we ever get together and play a tune together? Who knows? You never say who knows. I know I got some plans coming up for New Year's that could be a whole lot of fun with a couple of members from my past life getting back together to play some tunes.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. But for everyone out there, man, that was a fan, that bought a shirt, that all that kind of stuff, we appreciate everyone and every single moment that happened. The songs are still, on YouTube or on Spotify. You can still listen to them, look them up. They're badass tunes. If anybody wanted a CD or anything like that or anything special, I'm sure the guys, we could get together and figure out something. But for everyone tuning in, man, this has been my first episode on the Nice Guy Andy Network with my own show. Tune back in here in about an hour. We're going to be doing pinfalls and power chords with Michael Lynn Watkins. For everyone in Hyde The Riot, Johnny Lee, everyone out there, man, appreciate you guys tuning in to Live with Nick Nasty, and I will see you guys again Sunday.
That's right. And they'll play us off right now.
Ooh, Masquerade. This is a banger.
He keeps popping off at the mouth. I'm going to be his daddy.
Anyways, you guys go on your little
what your mama
rinky-dink
said.
bullshit pump.
Hell yeah, David. The play is off. This is Masquerade.
This is a Zodiac.
Anyway,
I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate,
you guys
and
go on your
dominate.
little
Do it with the Nice Guy
rinky-dink
Andy
bullshit
podcast.
podcast.